Hello, my name is Lisa Maracle. I am Mohawk and Ojibwe. I am a member of the Bay of Quinte, and my dad is a member of Spring River. I first would like to take the time to thank ANDPVA and the Canada Council for the Arts for this opportunity. Today I will be teaching the technique of raised beading. Just to show you a couple of my pieces that I've done before. I taught this to grades 6, 7, and 8 last year. I also did this little piece as a demo just to show you the different ways you could do raised beading. Here I have in the middle and on the two sides. Here I have it going straight over, and then these are just some different ways you can do the raised beading. And this is the piece I'm gonna demonstrate on today. Right here, I'm just gonna put a line of a row of beads. I'm gonna tack it down. When I tack it down, you don't have to do it neat because it will be under the raised beaded part. So here I will just grab a bunch of beads. I will string it down, and then I'll just place it and see how much more beads I would need to get. Let's try a few more. So here I'll just place it down. I'll take my needle and I'll go into this last bead. I only bead with like single string with the end out, because if I do make a mistake, I'm able to pull it back out, where if you do double string, it's harder to fix your mistake if you make one. I like to go through a second time. It just secures it a little more, makes it a little more tighter. Oh. And then I'll place it down. I'll go again back through this last bead here. Pull it out, and here I would tack down. If I was going to do like embroidery beading, I then would go through each bead to tack down, because that's just how I prefer to do it. But since this is going to be just a foundation at the bottom, I'm not going to go through every bead. I'm just going to go back through, and then this time I'm going to place the thread over top of the bead. And then I will pull it, and I'll go in between the beads. Again, I'll just go further up. Pull it out, come back down, and then I will pull it through. I need to rethread my needle because my thread fell out. Sometimes this can be a little challenging, sometimes it goes through easy. I'm going to continue with this side. I'm going to do the 2 rows this time. That way we can make this one, just for examples. I am going to grab some more beads. Let's just grab a few more. Go up from the first set of beads, and then I'm going to go back through again. Again, I'm going to come back and I'm just going to start tacking some down. I'm going to come up beside the bead, go down, and pull. I'm going to do the same process. I don't remember, but I think I might be using size 10 beads. They're metallic, so I find one of the problems with the metallic one is that it rubs off. If you look really close in this one, you can see how some of the purple's rubbing off. I don't know how to prevent that. Oh, it came out. That's another thing, when you use like single string, your tail piece can follow the needle a lot, and then if you don't pay attention to how long you have, and then you have to rethread it all the time. Okay, I'm just going to pull that down, come through. There. So those are the basic steps to tack down your foundation piece before you start the raised beading. So now I'm going to come back here, and then I'm going to grab some more beads again. And then I'll just poke it through. So with my raised beading, I also like to go through it again. It just provides a tighter fit. Oh. Sometimes it's hard to get the needle to go back through. Oh. Give me a second. I don't normally have this much trouble. And put it through. And pull it. And then I'm going to come back up on the side again. And pull it. I'm going to grab some more beads. I don't really know how many to grab, so I just grab a bunch and then I'll place it and see how it looks. That I would maybe take off one. Yeah, and then I'm gonna tack it down. I'm gonna use these black lines as my guide, or try to. Hold on. And then just pull it through. I'm just gonna place that down for a minute. Sometimes when I bead, my hands get a little numb. And I was doing just a little bit of beading earlier. Again, just repeat. Go through. So with beading, there's many different ways people bead. People have different techniques. Once you get the basics to beading, then you can start doing what you're more comfortable with. And with raised beading, you don't have to tack down. You just keep going through. I like to loop it twice. Just makes it a little more tighter, not as loose. I'm just looking for some of the other tools I use while I'm beading. Sometimes I use like pliers to grab the needle. I also use nail clippers, because if you add an extra bead, you could just easily like cut it off instead of like taking out your work. I'm gonna try using my pliers to grip the needle, because I seem to be having a little bit of trouble right now. So then I just take the pliers, pull it out, and then continue. My hands seem to be a little shaky right now too for some reason. Oh. You don't want to go on. Oh. I'm not going to change it, but you could probably use a little more beads. There's a little gap here and there, and if you want it to extend all the way to the lines. Ooh. I started beading about 9 years ago at school. So in between classes, I used to go to the center, and they would host different programming or workshops, and beading was one of them. When I first started beading, it was like a real struggle. It was hard. So I kind of got discouraged and I stopped beading for a bit. But then I tried again. And then I got better at it. And then, yeah, just keep practicing. It's a little challenging sometimes when you first start. As you can see, I seem to be struggling a lot today for some reason. Maybe because I'm making this video. I don't know. I also just recently opened up a Instagram account where I added some of my beadwork that I do. If you're interested at looking at it, it's Ojibhawk Creations. I haven't really posted there in a little while, but I should start posting again. So far that's what it looks like. As you can tell, like, beading does take a lot of time. Some of my beads are moving around. I'm gonna tie this part off, and I want to start, like, maybe I'll start up here. This is a little shorter, just so I can show you how I do this one. So to tie off, I just stick my thread on my needle under the thread that's already there from tacking down. And then I just sorry guys, my hands are really numb right now. Can't even feel my fingertips. I would do it another, like, maybe 2 more times, and then I would just cut it off. There. So for this, I tied this off camera. I do it about 5 times. I do it singles. Other people have different techniques where they can wrap the string around and pull it through. I don't know how to do that, so I just keep tying it in the same spot like 5 times till I get the knot big enough. So here I'm just gonna start again. I'm gonna pick up some beads. So for this one, I'm just gonna go halfway in. Hopefully that will be enough. And then again, pull it through. Go back up and go through all the beads again. Then I'm gonna go right beside it, come back up on the black line, grab a few more beads, pull it through. Again, go through all the beads. Oops. Normally I don't just have my beads in there, but it's easier to grab like this right now. Also, you have to be careful with the needle. Sometimes you can poke yourself and then it really hurts. Sometimes the needle gets stuck in my finger. See, I put too much on this one, so I'm just gonna take my nail clippers and I'm gonna just clip it off. I'm gonna start from this side a little bit just so you can see we don't have much time left. And then I'm gonna, so I went from this line, threaded some beads. I'm gonna go right next to the other side that I bead it, push it down, and just do the same process. You can get creative and try different ways that may work for you. Maybe different patterns. Even like with the single one, you can like raise bead that if you would like. You can keep it that way. You can do different techniques, like have the flat stitch embroidery bead in with the raised bead in. Be creative. Add quills, different size bead-ins to give off different textures, heights. Definitely different colors too. I'm just using the purple as demonstration, and I don't find these good to bead because the color wears off. See, there I would have added another bead because there's a big gap. For me, I find it easier to, like, if anything, add more beads and just cut it off than sometimes not add in enough. Just go through again. So the purpose of this video today was to teach you the technique of raised beading. It wasn't to complete a piece, but when a piece is completed, it would look similar to this. This could have been flat stitched. See how this is really loose? I guess you could have it loose. But then I would also trim around my piece, and then I would edge it. And then it just makes it look a little more prettier. You can do many different things. Like if you want to, you can use this as a wall hanger. You can make it into a necklace. Whatever you choose. So I'd like to thank those that tuned in to this raised beading video. I'd also like to thank ANDPVA and the Canadian Council for the Arts for this opportunity to come out and show you guys the technique of raised beading. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you've learned something. And I hope you have fun trying to bead. The string got caught and wrapped around another bead. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in. Happy beading.